My name is Sonia, and I use she, her, they pronouns. I'm a South Asian femish person with black and gray curly hair, wearing a green top. My background includes a bookshelf, a plant, and a gray sofa. And tonight I'm going to read a few pages from my memoir in progress from a chapter called Family Meeting. Outside on the back patio, my mother sips her morning tea. My sister and brother share the newspaper. I leave them, stepping back into the darkened house where the drawn curtains are desperate to keep out the heat because I need to talk to my father. We are running out of time. I peek into my parents' bedroom, expecting to see my father propped up on pillows while Rachel Ray speaks cheerfully to him from the television, but the sheet play crumples and the Rajai hangs off the side of the bed. My father is not there. Across the hallway, the bathroom door is ajar, as is the door of the adjacent family room. I pop my head in to see if my father is inside. He's not. I loop through the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room, searching through all the places that years of hide and seek with my younger siblings have impressed upon my memory. Under the table, behind the large leaf Dieffenbachia plant, in the narrow space between the sofa and the wall, between the curtains. Of course, my father is not waiting to be found in any of these places. I crack open the front door, hoping to find him sitting on the front stoop, but the stairs are empty. Then a whiff of smoke floats in through a vent, revealing his location, the basement. I make my way down the carpeted flight of stairs and realize my father could barely walk at this point. He must have sat on the top step and slid down the staircase one step at a time. That was how determined he was to get away from us. I enter the room and turn left, away from the washer and dryer. Faint trickles of sunlight pour in through the thick glass of the small windows, casting the swirling particles of dust and smoke in a soft yellow glow. I see my father in this light. He is ghost-like, perched on the edge of the long and low sofa in a loose white cotton kurta pajama, even though it is the middle of the day. I see my father in this light and how he has changed. He is smaller, except the parts of him that are now swollen. His feet, once so beautiful he had been approached to be a foot model, are now two heavy purple balloons. His torso is thick and taut, as though his body is imploding and all the excess matter has moved straight into his center. His arms and legs are thinner, the muscles atrophied from being bedridden. His veins protrude, blue-green rivers snaking down the deep brown landscape of his deteriorating body. He has always been lean, but with the weight loss, his features are exaggerated. His large eyes darken over hollowed cheeks and his lips purse in thin slits. Most of his teeth are missing, and the few left in his mouth are browned and yellowed. I am afraid to look directly at his face, but I want to stare at him too, to take in all the ways that this man sitting in front of me is my father. I had memorized my father. If I was talking to him on the phone, for example, I could perfectly picture his smooth fingernails, the wrinkles on each finger, his shirt sleeve rolled up to reveal his name tattoo in Hindi on his left forearm. I want to linger, to compare what I see and what I remember, but my mind works too quickly, and the past and the present are all blurred into one where I can't tell the difference. I cough, loosening the tangles in my throat. Daddy, the four of us have been talking all morning. We want you to go to the hospital. I take a step in closer to the sofa. In the quiet of being hidden down here with him, my shoulders lower, my breath slows. I lean against the old out-of-tune piano and cross my ankles. We need you to do this, I say, and add in a whisper, please. My father's reddened eyes bulge as he stares blankly ahead at the wood-paneled wall. His index finger circles the rim of his empty glass. He tightens his jaw, and I wonder if he is giving me the silent treatment. At least he did not say no. He looks up and meets my eyes. Then his eyes point to the floor. At his feet rests a plastic bottle of vodka, almost empty. First, I need you to do something for me, my father says. This simple statement holds a question, and all I want is to crawl into a ball right here under the piano. The four of us have stopped everything to center his life, and he wants to continue along this path to what his friend Kim Uncle has dubbed a slow suicide. Please, he adds, nodding his chin at the floor. I drag myself back up the stairs and slip out of the house. I have a route I take in my parents' neighborhood, a set of streets where no one looks twice at a young South Asian woman moaning as she walks. Later that afternoon, I will go back to the basement, stop halfway down the flight of stairs. From this angle, my father will look even smaller, his hands resting in his lap, waiting for me. I will tell him, Daddy, we all talked about it, and okay, I will go to the liquor store for you. His eyes will shine in surprise. I will add, After that, will you go to the hospital? I will look him in the eye as I ask this question that is a statement. I come from ancestors that were clerks, business people, and lawyers on both sides of my family. The art of deal making runs in my blood. He will say, okay, I'll go. He will anticipate my next question and say, I'll go tomorrow morning. I will nod, satisfied, knowing that my father always keeps his word. Thank you.